how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest gaming news. No camera today, your pale gaming news vampire doesn't have enough energy to manifest on cam today, but instead I have a very interesting hidden gem interview with the Todd boy himself, Todd BFG 9000 Howard. This interview kind of unfortunately went unnoticed by the majority of the Bethesda community, and while it isn't like anything groundbreaking, it does, in my opinion, indicate something Todd Howard seems to be very interested in doing, and something that I personally believe we will see in Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6. This interview actually happened way back in January of 2017 and was uploaded by a smaller, but actually decent YouTube channel called Critical Path. They interview various game developers about various interesting different topics, and I highly recommend that you check out this channel. I'll drop a link to their channel and this Todd Howard interview down in the description below. Also, I want to give a shout out to Chef Jenkins over on the Skullzi Discord server for sending this interview my way. Now, this interview is only a couple of minutes long, but I'll go ahead and break down all of the important and interesting points of the interview in this video. First off, the main topic of this short little interview was about cutscenes in gaming, and how Todd Howard is very enthusiastic about using cutscenes as a sort of reward for the player. Not only are they a visual representation of the player's choices and accomplishments, but as Todd puts it in this interview, in-game cutscenes are also a nice break from action-heavy sections of the game.
Sometimes it's very nice downtime. This can be kind of mentally, emotionally, sometimes physically taxing to be doing these fights or things, and then you just want to say, look, we're going to show you a scene. You know, you're usually pretty confident in a cutscene, no one's going to kill you. So it's nice to give that player the moment of, okay, I'm just gonna sit back.
Todd sees cutscenes as a good opportunity for a sort of in-game downtime so the player cannot worry about getting killed and put their controller down for a few minutes. Todd also said cutscenes are a strong storytelling mechanism that can tell a lot more information and portray a scene in a way that could otherwise be impossible to do in the normal gameplay dynamic. Stepping away from controlling the character for a few minutes to witness an important event unfold in a cutscene can sometimes add more weight and cinematic impact to those important events.
Cutscenes do become a storytelling mechanism that you can show more and do more that you could never do in the mode that the game is in. You can't cut away to the bad guys.
Another very interesting thing that Todd Howard brings up is that within the recent years, motion capture technology and cutscene production quality has increased substantially, and he thinks now would be a great time to make use of these opportunities because he thinks that they can make cutscenes in games on a whole different level.
The other thing I'd say is, and they're getting, even over the last 2 years, the ability to do performance capture and have those cutscenes be 3D cinematic experiences that just, they just stem right from the game has really ramped up.
And at the time of this interview, the next major single-player game from Bethesda Game Studios was indeed Starfield, just like it is now. So most of what Todd is talking about in this interview, in my opinion, would most likely directly have to do with Starfield and beyond. Another main thing Todd Howard talks about is how very well-made cutscenes can serve as much as an award as they can a storytelling device. Interestingly enough, Todd mentions games like Red Dead Redemption 2, Heavy Rain, and even Wing Commander as games that do cutscenes so well that the player almost always looks forward to the next cutscene.
And if it's really well done, you look at like an old Blizzard game, like StarCraft, you're like, I hope this is the level with one of those amazing cutscenes afterwards, where it's so well done, it's not just a storytelling device, it's a reward.
When cutscenes are this good, they can have a huge positive impact on the game and the story as a whole, and Todd seems to be very aware of this fact, and I honestly would be very surprised if we didn't see a decent amount of next-level cutscenes in Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6, solely based off of this interview alone. And I believe Starfield will indeed make use of in-game cutscenes like this as a powerful storytelling mechanism and as kind of a reward dynamic. By doing so, this will add more weight and creative control to Bethesda's storytelling abilities, while also being able to switch up the tone and tempo of the game itself. And I believe this interview is a strong supporting piece of evidence to support this theory. Not only does Todd Howard sound super enthusiastic about this idea in this interview, but he also mentions how great the technology is for producing high-quality cutscenes now, and ironically enough, technology is something Todd has mentioned before in terms of the main limiting factors keeping Bethesda from wanting to take their games to the next level like they're doing with Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6. And there is even in one other small supporting piece of evidence to support this theory as well. As I've covered numerous times in previous videos, Bethesda has been posting a lot of video editor job postings over the last few years, and while it may originally seem like these could just be linked to a possible new Starfield trailer or game reveal showcase, I personally think that these job listings are for video editors to specifically produce in-game cutscenes like this. The first reason is because there have been so many video editor job postings for specifically Bethesda game studios within the last 3 years, like multiple every few months. And second is because of the specific wording in these job postings, capturing and editing 4K game footage, meaning these aren't like cinematic trailers but actual edits of stuff within the game engine itself, which sounds a lot like a cutscene to me, although this job posting stuff is a bit speculative, so keep that in mind. What isn't speculation though is how clear Todd Howard is about liking the idea of in-game cutscenes in this video, and he already seems to know the exact ways in which he would use them as well. I think the timing of this interview combined with the specific mention of technology is some pretty heavy evidence that we will most likely see numerous high-quality cutscenes in Starfield, The Elder Scrolls 6, and beyond, and that gets me hyped. I know cutscenes aren't everyone's thing though, so be sure to let me know what you think about cutscenes and how you'd like them to be implemented in Starfield down in the comments below. That's going to finish up today's video though. As always, this video was brought to you by the following amazing people. If you want to get a video shout out like this, you can check for links down in the description below on how to support the channel, and check for other ways to join the community and follow the channel down in the description as well. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. It helps the channel immensely. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when Todd Howard assumes direct control.